Jewelry brands, do you want to get more customers but are a little bit afraid of losing money before even being able to make a sale? Now, I generated over $100,000 in monthly daily sales. And in this video, I'm just going to talk about how to go from $10 a day in ad spend to $100 a day in ad spend profitably without losing money. The entire system of exactly what to do, what to click, so that you just don't lose money advertising that and actually get a bunch of customers to buy your food. So the first step is organic testing. So this is basically where we go to see all of the viral videos in our niche or even in other niches to see what is working the best. Now, normally we can either go to TikTok or we can go directly to Instagram and search on the search bar, Julie High-End Julie, and we will see a bunch of the things that have gone viral that are pretty good. So those are the sort of reels, those are sort of photos, those are the sort of carousel that we have to put on our Instagram page so that we can test, right? Normally what we do is we test 30 of them. So 30 posts the first week. After those 30 posts, you will have one or two, or maybe even more, hopefully, that performed pretty well. Now, these are the sort of things that perform really well at this point in time. So just copy and paste it at your end. Normally, it's just a hand, to be honest with you, your hand grabbing the jewelry and a camera in front of it, and you talk. That's it. That's what works. It's insane. Normally, what I used to do before was sort of tabloid style ad, right? And they used to work very well. They still work pretty well today. I mean, you run one of those, you'll get a bunch of leads. But I've seen that there are outliers, that all of those are sort of average. You get leads and you get good amount of leads for a relatively decent amount of ad spend. But then there are these sort of stuff that are just easier to make than tabloid style ads. Tabloid style ads, you have to go into Canva and really just mess with the headline, mess with the colors, mess with the shapes and stuff like that. Here it's just grab your phone, have your jewelry piece on hand, film it, post it. That's it. I mean, it's incredibly simple. I suppose the reason that this sort of stuff works more than sort of these sort of high end stuff is that they are more natural and they seem like organic posts. Obviously, they are at this point in time. They won't be later on in our stuff, right? But these sort of reels work incredibly well. These sort of unboxing reels that cut pretty fast, which is just literally you just say cut your idea, and then post it. Those work incredibly well. So you can also go to, for example, if you don't want to see what TikTok is doing, which is mostly for reels, if you want to see what's working for carousels and images, go to Facebook. So go to Meta Ad Library, and here you will see like 21,000 results that you can just drag and drop. These sort of ads that, I mean, they are just an image ads. They work super well as well. You just put them in front of as many people as humanly possible, as many times as humanly possible, and you'll get an enormous amount of leads. Very, very simple. So first of all, first step, test organic. These sort of stuff, right? You'll test photos, you'll test reels. You don't have to put a lot of time into it. It should take around 4 hours. Honestly, it should take around 4 hours. Now, after that, we have data collection. Data collection just means which one we know works the best, which ones did not work. That's it. That's all it means. So what we want to do is three things. We want to look up for three things. Posts that got saves, posts that got shares, and posts that got conversions. Posts that got conversions, right? And we want to check out these sort of things because saves indicates that I want this. I just don't want it right now. It's basically already a sales objection. They are already on the sales table talking to you and they're just objecting to your sale. So it's a very, very clear message that they want your stuff. All right. Second of all, shares. This is something people saw and thought, oh, I know a person that wants this. All right. And conversions, so well, obviously a post converted someone from a stranger or from a follower, from whatever, a friend, a family, or whatever, into an actual sale. we want to run this because these are insanely good, right? But either one of these, if you have even one of these, you're good to go. All right, you're good to go. So data collection. We have data collection, and what we want to do now is grab all of those winning ads, whether it's one, whether it's two, whether it's three of those 30, right? We want to just grab the ones that perform the best, right? That's why we have the data collection. We just grab those. And then what are we going to do? We're going to turn them into Facebook ads. So now they're going to look like these. Instead of organic hosts, they're going to look like these, right? They're going to have a hook. They're going to have a headline. They're going to have a sub headline. They're going to have a CTA. When you click the CTA, you're going to be taking them either to an instant once, a contact once, where they can give you their contact information, your name, last name, email, and phone number, so that you can call them, message them, email them, whatever you have to do to get them into your shop and get them to buy your jewelry pieces. And then we're basically good to go with the marketing side, right? Now, one more step. We want to zillion this out. What does this mean? You can call it ad maxing if you want. So this just means you grab the winning ad, which looks like this. Let's say these are your winning posts. You grab your winning post, and what you want to do is zillion them out. So this photo is the exact same photo as this photo. It's just the background is different. And then after that, we are going to do this with every color that exists. Yellow, red, pink, lila, light blue, dark blue, black, golden, silver, everything. We're just going to change the background of this. You can do this with AI. Again, if you want to learn how to do this, just click the link in the description. But you do this, and then what you are going to do is test in different ways the same thing. So for example, you don't have to have only plain images. You could have, for example, headlines on those images. So for example, dream wedding ring 50% off information, right? You can have some of these, right? I obviously don't write it like this. You're going to have that, right? If you want to learn how to do that, click the description of this video. But you want to just zillion them out, right? So for example, just of this image, we can have at least 300 ads. Now we are not going to run them at first because $100 a day is not going to work for $300 ads. But what we are going to do is have a set of ad sets, right? And then we're going to test each of them. We're just going to test each of them for 1 week. 1 week, we're going to test, right? And then we're going to do exactly the same process that we did here for the organic testing, but we are just going to do it here. Find the winners, just as we did here, data collection. So we have organic testing, data collection. Facebook testing, data collection, right? We just find the winners and the losers. And then what we do? We just repeat the entire process, right? And that's the system that we use to go from $10 a day in ad spend, in advertising spent, in money spent advertising to get customers, to $100 US dollars in daily advertising spend, right? Now, $100 a day is not that much, all right? So, but a lot of people get tricked out by that. I definitely did when I was starting my media buying career. Media buying just means I know how to run ads, right? And one of the key things about this is that you have to do a bunch of polls. I know that specifically in ads that you have to do an enormous amount of volume to get a leads. Especially now with this new Andromeda thing, Andromeda on Facebook. It's a new update. Yeah. Right. That's just how Facebook ads work, right? Facebook rewards you when you test a bunch of Facebook ads, a bunch of creatives, right? And all the time. It's not that, oh, I did 100 1 week, I can relax the next week. It's like, no, they're doing another 100 the next week. Now, the beauty about this is that it gets you so much traffic, right? It gets you so much traffic. Why is this important? It's important because if you don't advertise enough, you're not going to get customers. Now, the real problem is that people, jewelry brands in general, goldsmith shops, jewelry shops, they don't know how to advertise on Facebook. Sometimes they know how to advertise on Google, which is very easy to do. Facebook is a little less user friendly to advertise, but once you get a hold of it, you would advertise every single day, multiple times a day. It's not all. It's like going on YouTube and just scroll. Like, it's super fast, super easy. The thing is that most people get scared when they want Facebook ads because it's massive, right? It's a massive platform. So people spend, for example, $100 running one ad, get 5 leads, don't close any of them, and then say Facebook ads don't work. But it's really not that Facebook ads don't work. It's a $1 trillion business, right? It's more that you have to do an enormous amount of volume for it to work. And that's fun because you can do it within 4 hours a day. Right? So how do you do it? Well, you test on organic to not spend money on Facebook ads. To you collect the data which organic posts work the best, which lots have more shares beneath saved and the most conversions. Why? Because those are just the ones that they convert better or advertised. All right. And then you need the camera area. And then you just grab those and run them as Facebook ads, right? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna zillion them out. You just duplicate, 30 times, and then the winning post and the winning ad, and then you replicate them. What does replicate mean? Well, if I have for example, a hook that is this jewelry, killed, I don't know, whatever hook, right? If you have a visual hook, which is like the first thing is a beautiful jewelry piece, just go, that's a visual hook, right? So what you want to do is replicate those visual hooks because they work well. We've seen that they work well, right? Like we have the data, we have the ads, they work. All right, do it again. Just do it with a set of clothes, with a different background, different positioning of the camera, maybe down, maybe sideways, maybe whatever, right? Like you just replicate the ad in slightly different ways, and you do it a bunch of times. So, and then you do that again, and the next week you do it again, and the next week you do it again. It should take you 4 hours a day. In fact, it should take you 4 hours on Monday, and that's it. That's how you do a tremendous amount of volume. That's how you get Facebook ads to work. And now the thing is that you can finish this video and say, oh, that was easy, and then just not learn, not get our customers. Or you could just brute force your way into learning Facebook ads and get a bunch of leads, get a bunch of traffic, get a bunch of people to walk into your shop, press click, right? And get them into your shop, buy your expensive. So if you want to actually learn the entire system, click by click, of how to grab winning ads, zillion them out, place them correctly so that you don't lose money, and do that so that you can get an enormous amount of traffic of customers to buy your jewelry items every single day and grow your brand. Click the link in the description of the video. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that so that you can just go and go